Hi guys, Liz here, aka Isabel Sharon, aka Bondi Babe, Liz for Paris Adored, and all my bots. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Isa. I am at the Sim Luan's World, and so I'm feeling very wintry. That's what I can say. I'm feeling very wintry. Right, today's coffee. It's not going to be a really long coffee today, mainly because I haven't been well recently. You could probably tell that I still sound sort of nasally. It's actually quite difficult to talk because it's happening in my ears. So I'm going to keep it shorter today. Today I'm going to talk about two things. First of all, the fact that it's Christmas coming up. I'm not really a big Christmas person. Being brought up in Australia, I didn't really get to experience it like they do in probably America and UK, because our Christmases have always been summer. So there was none of that, turkey around the table and all that. It was basically, as you imagined, we used to go for a picnic on the beach, my family, and there wasn't really much in the way of giving presents. However, over the years, since being in the UK, I've kind of changed a little bit and sort of warmed to the whole idea of Christmas. Although this Christmas I'm still not feeling it yet. I'm trying to feel it, but I'm not. So, with that in mind, I noticed around this time of the year, there's always Vlogmas, and not just SL, real life Vlogmas. And there's an English lady I watch all the time, Noella. And I always watch her, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do that. And I noticed actually some of the other vloggers for SL are doing it as well. However, I'm not going to do a daily thing like that because, to be honest, ultimately I'd get bored with it. And I'm not really going to talk about many items that you can buy for Christmas and stuff like that, because I'll get bored with it. Never mind you guys, I'll get bored with it. So I'm just going to do sort of an odd one every couple of days. Of course, I'll tell you what I'm wearing and stuff like that. But I will have my own personal countdown to Christmas and what I'm doing in my real life towards that. Okay? Today's topic for coffee was that, obviously, and also the fact someone commented on my YouTube recently on my real life rant video where there was real me, and he commented, and it was an interesting comment because the comment was based about how much money I must be raking in the dollars apparently in Second Life. And I was quite like, are you kidding me? Are you really kidding me? I'm raking in the dollars. Oh, if I'd noticed that, I wouldn't be going to work every day. So anyhow, I wanted to address that. I was going to address it, in a big deal sort of rant. No, I wasn't going to rant about it, but I was going to address it anyhow, because I just think that it's crazy that people have a misconception about how much YouTubers make. First of all, I'm not a big YouTuber. I might have a hell of a lot of videos. Yep. We're talking in excess 500, and I've been here for 7 years. But let me just show you. Okay, so I'm just going to take you into my Google AdSense. Okay, so first of all, when you're in YouTube, you come here to the channel, and then you've got monetization. You click on that monetization, and as you can see, my account is monetize enabled. Now, all of my accounts are monetize enabled because a while back, not currently, I was actually invited to the partner program by YouTube quite a long time ago, actually, on this channel, and certainly a long time ago on my real life channel. And I won't show you the real life channel, but that's going to be a lot less than what you see here today. And bearing in mind, one video had over 220,000 hits, so and it's going to be a lot less than what you see here today, so you want to have a look at that. Right, now, so basically you look here and then you click on the AdSense settings, okay, and then it will take you, so if you've got a Google AdSense account, it will take you to your settings. So here it shows you my estimated earnings and what my balance is, okay. Now my balance is £50 and 22p, okay, and my last payment was £0. This is my running balance for the last 7 years of being on YouTube on this channel. Okay. That's it. That's basically it. The funniest thing is that people just assume because you're on YouTube and you might have thousands of views on a video that you must be raking in dollars. Well, you don't actually, because for around every 1,000 views I get, something like 1 cent or something silly like that. I mean, it's really not a whole lot. And it's just funny how people have this conception that, misconception should I say, that you know, you've got a lot of views and you must be raking in big bucks, because frankly I am not raking in big bucks. And yeah, my channel's had 125,000 views on this particular channel. A lot of that is copyrighted stuff because I use popular music. Now I don't, I've also used my own music, so even though it might come up as copyrighted, it will have ads displayed, and through my iTunes, etc., it gets picked up on YouTube. So if anyone uses it, you know, I'll get the monetization from it. If I use it, funnily enough, I get the monetization for it. I don't get the monetization on YouTube. I actually get that through my music accounts, okay, because I use my own music, and now I've also started using another platform for music as well, so that, you know, that's one thing I can't bear is you've gone to a lot of hard work on a video and then someone actually reaps the benefits of it. So an artist, so you use an artist's track and you've gone to a lot of work. And now when I say a lot of work, bearing in mind, it costs money to have bought the software. Camtasia software is not cheap, okay? And I upgrade it regularly. So when the upgrade comes, sometimes they're free upgrades, or the most recent one that I had to actually purchase another part of that upgrade. So that's not free. Also the content in my videos and the avatar themselves and the meshing of them and everything, as you all know, it's not cheap to mesh your avatar up. I have a number of mesh heads. I have a number of mesh bodies. I have probably hair from every single store in Second Life. You know, Wasabi Pills, Our Grace, Truth, En Vogue, oh God, Exile, you name it, I've got it. I buy hair every week towards this. So when you think of the outlay that I'm making out, it's not much to expect to be able to monetize my channel to recoup something. And believe me, I'm not recouping a whole lot, as you can see. So I just wanted to address that, because it is a misconception. And yes, Strawberry Singh did a video recently, and she was very, very transparent, and I admire her for doing that. She did a video recently showing what her actual profit margin basically was, doing her videos and what she puts it towards. And I'm exactly the same. I'm trying to monetize what I do because I spend a lot of money on what I do. I might get, yes, I might be a blogger and I might get items from merchants to blog. However, at the end of the day, what the merchants give me is only a very pittance of actually what I contribute in terms of the videos and everything, because I have to buy all the skins, I have to buy the hair, I buy a lot of extra dance animations, etc. Not just what I'm given by people I blog for, and I've only been for the last year receiving items to blog, and at the end of the day, those items do not mean that I don't spend, because I do. You have to, in order to make your avatar sort of cutting edge, and the software that you use to make the videos, the recording equipment. I mean, I bought a decent microphone. I bought a Blue Yeti microphone. It cost me nearly £200 for this microphone. So as you can see, little bits like that, it does actually cost a lot of money. So it's a lot of investment. So when someone chooses to have a go at me because I might be raking in the dollars, but unfortunately I'm not raking in the dollars, they need to consider the fact of how much we as creators on YouTube actually put in. And you know, of course we're going to monetize our channels. If we have the ability to monetize it, of course we're going to monetize it. I don't do this just for the heck of it. I do it because I have an artistic mindset. I also have a blog website which actually is paid for, and I need to somehow recoup the income for that, because if I don't, then eventually these things will have to shut down, because, you know, there's only so much investment you can make in something where it becomes like a dead loss of money. As far as my blog goes, because, you know, I've had a few people say to me, you're very lucky to be sponsored, and I hate that, sponsored by sponsored by merchants. Let me just get this clear. I'm very thankful that merchants give me items to blog, and I will blog things as and when I can. However, my website, my blog, is actually not reliant on my being in the virtual world. You know, when there was a period of time that I wasn't even in the virtual world, I was still actually blogging, and I was still YouTubing. I use the platform, basically. I use the platform because I think it's a beautiful platform to work from, to be able to use the virtual world and actually express things in the virtual world. However, I think people shouldn't assume that, you know, if the virtual world just disappeared, that you'd suddenly stop. And I think a lot of bloggers are the same. They blog for the passion of blogging. They blog to express themselves. I don't blog to get free. That's basically it. That's not why I blog. If you go back on my history and of video and blogging, I haven't always had merchants giving me things, and I've always invested in what I do because I love doing it, and you know, I do it out of a real passion. But you know, to leave me a message to say that you're raking in the dollars, well, that's actually misleading. And also it's misleading because anyone that's on YouTube knows that YouTube has changed the way it's doing things. Advertisers don't like a lot of gaming channels very much anymore, and I would imagine even the bigger bloggers and vloggers from Second Life and virtual worlds have probably already noticed that a lot of their videos are being demonetized. Where they were once monetized, they suddenly become demonetized, and you have to go through a review process. Every single vlogger and creator content person on YouTube is finding this, and it's a pain in the ass. That's all I can say. It's a pain in the ass because you have to go through this review process. Sometimes they put them back, sometimes they don't. So in actual fact, when you're sitting there watching the videos and you see advertising and you think, oh, she's monetized, no, that doesn't mean that person is monetized. It means ads may be running, but they may not necessarily be receiving the revenue from those ads, because there might be music playing in the background, or there's something on there that's copyright, and it will be going to that person. It won't necessarily be going to the content creator. And even the content creator that uses nothing could find that their video is not monetized because like for example, this one won't be because I've used a couple of words that I shouldn't use, because YouTube is trying to make things very, very family friendly. It's so family friendly that actually it's in a way sort of restrictive on how creative you can be. So the YouTuber that goes around trolling and that's probably going to find that a lot of their videos are being demonetized, which actually pleases me no end. So, yes, I will admit it. It pleases me no end because I have this issue about people that raking in the dollars, as this person said, for actually not being creative and for not actually having to really do anything, just be an ass. Yeah, I do have an issue with that. People make money out of that, and I think that's just incredibly wrong. You know, YouTube is supposed to be about entertainment, and I just think entertainment is about more than just sitting around being a bunch of bullies and hassling people. It's about, you know, seeing what people can bring and do and stuff like that. Yeah, that's my little 5-minute sort of rant about that. The other thing that I wanted to say actually is, which people will find difficult that watch this all the time, or watch my channel, is, I don't know if you've noticed it, but I am slowly cutting down on clothes blogging. You will have to click on my Isabel site in order to see a lot of the HUD outfits now, because I will upload those directly onto the blog. Because one thing I am very mindful of is the fact that YouTube is such a worldwide platform. Do you know what? It's only within our community that people really appreciate the clothes HUD vlogging and that sort of thing, and I think I want to show them that there's a bit more than just looking pretty on the internet. I don't want it to be about that. So for merchants and clothes, you know, specific HUD things, I am slowly putting them into the blog. So if a merchant knows they've got a HUD and they don't see their HUD being shown, you're just going to have to look into the blog, because that's where a lot of that will be, you know. And also with all my videos anyhow, I always link to the blog, so you can find things there. Anything I do wear in a video will be obviously something a merchant might have given me, but I also buy my own things, to be honest. I love, you know, I'm a shopping whore. So I do buy a lot of things, but I'll always link to my blog, where, you know, we'll have a detail about what I'm wearing and where I got it from and da 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 da. So that's kind of like where I'm at the moment. Yeah, it was really funny. I mean, I did wonder what I was going to talk about today, because I've got a couple of other things up my sleeve for the coming weeks, and I didn't want to start it too soon. But yeah, these are the couple of things that really sort of got to me, specifically the money business, because I just think, okay, for a bit of transparency, I'm going to do it too. And as you can see, I'm doing nothing like Strawberry Sing, because I don't have the followers. I'm unlikely to have the followers, and I think a lot of vloggers need to realize this, that you have to produce something different. You have to produce something that's not the same as, you know, another 10 out there. No one, and I really believe this, no one will ever be Strawberry Sing or Drax. They are their niche. They have absolutely conquered the virtual world in terms of blogging and vlogging, and I just think that I wouldn't want to be them, because that's their thing. I love doing my films and I love doing my vlogs with a real touch to them. I'm not girly. I'm not well, I am girly because I'm a girl, but I'm not going to talk about my makeup and my hair and stuff like that. It's never really been me. I'm liking doing the unboxing videos. Not sure if I'll do anything else other than DRD, because I really like the DRD thing. I'm the world's most useless decor blogger ever. I'm just useless. I'm useless at unboxing. And I'm certainly useless at doing a decor picture. Not my thing. However, I'm really liking the challenge of doing it. So I will continue to do it as long as they'll have me. I really like doing it. It's just like... And I do love the surprise. The surprise in the box is just great. I just think, oh, I love this. I was going, you know, no, I won't tell you now, but I have an idea, and no, I won't tell you. I'll tell you before Christmas. Anyhow, yeah, so nothing much today in coffee, mainly because I'm still not 100%. I'm still having problems speaking. I'm having problems breathing when I speak, and my ears are not quite right. I'm not hearing things properly. So many, you know, many people would say if that means Liz stops talking, that's good. Not really, no. But I am struggling. I struggle to speak because then I can't breathe and my ear hurts, and you know that thing when you get colds and flus and blah 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 blah. Anyhow, like I said, I'm going to start doing Vlogmas. I'm certainly not trying to do what some of the other ladies do, because that's their thing. I actually follow real life vloggers that do it, and I really love what they do. So I'm going to do something along the lines of real life, actually, Vlogmas, and we'll see. Anyhow, I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next week for another very interesting Coffee with This. I'm not telling you. Shh. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.